If you really think about it, how sick it is that so many people sign up, over 7,000 people with a dream, right? And only one person gets to bring it home. Only one. You know your chances are less than 1 in 7,000, and yet we still all do it because just that one possibility is enough to give us that hope. The World Series of Poker is essentially the Super Bowl of poker, right? It's the one gathering every year where every poker player comes to. There's multiple events, and people just dedicate X amount of time out of their life to come and play cards with everyone else.
Antonio Esfandiari is somebody I've worked with for a really long time. I think we did our first show together in 2009 or 2010. He is one of a kind. Anytime you have a conversation with him, you're going to smile. He calls it like it is. He is not a BS artist by any stretch of the imagination.
You can't fold top pair there. It's too exploitable.
But that's what you were targeting, or what? A weaker king?
I was just needling you.
Like a stupid speech with the free barrel, you know? I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I forgot about that. I had a king. I forgot about the 3 barrel speech.
If I folded, I knew if I folded, you show me like some shit, you know? And then I'm like,
The World Series of Poker it's kind of the get-together of all poker players, and you know, whatever that posse is, right? So every group has different friends and whatnot, and everyone knows the World Series of Poker is kind of when everybody comes together. And so you get to see a lot of your friends in the industry. So it's a bit social, and it's fun to see all the people that you like. Hello, let's hug it out. How you doing?
I miss you.
I miss you too.
I've only played 4 hands. I'm at a pretty tight table.
Squeeze it up.
I'm giving Marquise a bunch of shit.
When you have something where you could win a seat for $100, and then that $100 can parlay into $10 million, you know, there's not really many other places in the world where that's possible. You know, you can't really do that in other sports because an amateur is never going to compete with the best in the world. Poker, because of the element of luck, that can happen, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
To continue rises.
All in.
Oh, and Antonio.
The play, by the way, not
Puts
that
it all
easy. He's
in.
upset. He's about to be very happy.
Jack. Ace with flush draw.
I don't think he expected once gone and called it the clip that he did.
Yeah, the Schminster call, of course, you think he might be dead. Antonio gets it in. Something like a 3-1 favorite, a little less. Great jam, Antonio.
And the river card is a 6. Jack 10 holds.
A well-earned double up for the magician.
I don't get sucked into many hands, but that frickin' 10 jack, I got sucked into it so deep. I'm still in it. I'm trying to come up.
Do you like it?
That was amazing.
That was pretty sexy.
That was amazing.
Hey, will you throw me my sweater? What's that? Why would you ever bet that much with like a grand? You know, just felt like you want to get me off.
Well, I'll tell you what. That
You
had
got to
to.
put your whole main event on.
So far, that's the hand of the. So far, that's hand of the tournament. That I'm not watching that many, but
They showed the hand from the beginning.
they did absolutely.
I love it.
Wow.
Love you more, Jim.
I swear it. Antonio's hand looked really simple on the surface, but it wasn't. It was like what poker is all about. It really, you can write a couple of chapters just about what happened in that hand. They look like really marginal, simple hands, but that's where poker is at.
I started today with 83,000, Dad. Guess what I ended with?
What, 180?
83,400.
Well, you won 400.
I won 400.
That's positive thinking.
But I was up to 150, 160. I took a couple of really sick beats.
The time I came, you were 150.
Then you left and I go down. When you come, I win. When you walk away, I lose.
Maybe I shouldn't have
I need
done.
fatherly love. I mean, I'm a family guy, whether I'm playing poker or whatever I'm doing. I think that love is the most powerful force in the world, and you know, obviously nobody loves you as much as your family, and you don't love anyone else as much as your family. So just having my family around at any point gives me joy, especially when I'm playing cards. Their support is amazing and gives me warmth and makes me feel good. I enjoy doing the commentary. I actually enjoyed doing it more when you couldn't see the whole cards, because it made it a little bit more interesting to try and put people on hands. This is one of those spots where, against someone that's playing a lot of hands, I might consider just calling with the king-queen, just to kind of throw them off and make them think I have something. And worst case scenario, I have 6 cards to make a pair bigger than the flop, which will be undetected, right? If I call on this flop and catch a king or a queen, my opponent really won't put me on a hand that has a king or a queen in it. You can't really compare the commentary to the playing. When you're sitting at the table, you get your 2 cards, and it's a whole different animal, versus when you're sitting in a booth, you get to see the cards, and then you basically have to explain what's going on and what you would do in that situation.
Now, if you're at this table tonight, how do you combat his big stack?
If I was a middle stack, I would stay far away from Dyer. There is so much to be gained by laddering up from the 6th spot to the top 3 spots. Then take it from there. Dyer knows this and will remain aggressive. That's fine. Let him do his thing. I try and pick up chips in pots he has not entered, or where I actually wake up with a premium hand. It can be frustrating to let the big stack run the table, but financially, it's probably the best strategy for now.
Guys, we haven't talked about my pick yet, Joe Cata, right?
He's done this already. Give someone else a chance for once. Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norman Chad.
Lon and Norman are great. They're professionals. Lon is on another level when it comes to, they get in his ear and tell him he has 7 seconds to finish this soundbite, or he has 15 seconds until we move on to the next segment, and he has to time what he says exactly to match, the time that he has. That's pretty incredible. Norman is extremely prepared, and I've learned a lot from both of them. Just, preparation is key, and being fluid and smooth on the mic, I think, is really important, and I think we're a good team, and I really enjoy working with them. I feel that poker is definitely trending upwards. There was a time early in my career where poker was so hot and everybody was all about it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fizzled away, and I think that we're back, which feels pretty good.